YouTube. Plain old Chuck back again. I'm going to try something new this time. Something I'd never heard of, but obviously after looking at it online, everybody else in the world's heard of it except me. But I made my last video there, and I had a comment from a friend of mine in the UK there, Andy, and he was telling me about leftovers and how to utilize leftovers, and he mentioned something that I should make called bubble and squeak. Well, sounded a little strange to me, but I thought, well, I'll look into it and see what it is. And by golly, it sounds like it might be fairly good. I don't know, the name doesn't, but the dish itself may be, but it does seem like a good way of getting rid of some leftovers and stuff. So we're going to try it today. There's 150 different ways to do it. I've seen it fried, I've seen it done under the broiler, I've seen it done in patties, I've seen it done everywhere, but we're going to do it in the old cast iron skillet today. So let me get your camera set up here, and I'll try to walk you through what I'm doing as briefly as possible, and we'll see how it turns out. So to make this as brief as possible, I've kind of already pre-made a lot of the things that goes into it. A few substitutions here and there. Calls for mashed potatoes, leftover mashed potatoes, vegetables, any sorts of leftover veggies. Could be roasted vegetables from, like, maybe you had a roast the day before or something, and just carrots and whatever left over. Supposed to have some cabbage in it. Well, I didn't have any cabbage, but I did have some Brussels sprouts, and a lot of the recipes call for Brussels sprouts as a substitute for cabbage. So we got some of those in the old microwave, one of the steamable things. We'll mash them up, and basically what you do is put all these ingredients into the skillet and mash them all together into almost like a giant pancake, and brown it up in butter and such. And it's usually served with some bacon, crumbled bacon on top, and a poached egg. Well, I'm not going to do a poached egg. I may do an over easy egg, but I'm not going to do a poached egg. Not a fan. So anyhow, I'm going to start throwing this together, and we'll see how she comes out. First off, I have some carrots and a little piece of green pepper that I had left over. So we'll try to mash those up best we can. I didn't have anything pre-roasted or cooked, so while I was making my bacon in the oven, which is my preferred method, I put some veggies in a little pan and put them in there. Now for our cabbage substitute. We'll add some Brussels sprouts and mash those along with them. And we're going to add a little bit of caramelized onion butter, just to give it a little taste. A dash of salt. A little pepper. A little more pepper. And our mashed potatoes. Now I'm going to ask you not to go by my recipe. There's 1,000, like I said before, 1,000 different recipes and methods for making this. And I'm sure they're all pretty much the same. But what you want to do is just mix this all up together. From what I've read, you should have about 60 to 70% potatoes, because that is like the binder that holds this all together. The one thing I didn't add that I wish I would have, and I'm sure it'll make Mark happy if he watches this video, but when I was roasting the vegetables, I didn't take the time to go down and get an onion, which I'm sure would have enhanced this a good bit. So just using the caramelized onion butter, I hope we can get that. Okay, let's let that crisp up a little bit, and then we'll, if there's any bacon left, we'll put some bacon on it. Okay, little small problem with the memory card getting full. Changed that. While I was changing that, smoke alarm went off. So I think we're crisp enough on the bottom. So I put it under the broiler to do the top. Now you really didn't expect me to go through this without some sort of a hiccup, did you? Well, we've had our hiccup. I turned off the smoke alarm. Charlie quit going crazy. And if I don't burn the top of it now, I think we'll be ready. So I'll bring you back when we pull it out of the oven. Okay, time for the great reveal. Let's hope for the best. If not, it's ramen noodles for lunch again today. So let's see what you come out like. Well, she doesn't look too bad. Edges look a little crisp, but it said it was supposed to be crisp, so maybe that's a good thing. We'll see just how crisp. Top edge is pretty crisp. Looks pretty good. Looks even better with bacon. And to top it all off, an egg. Looks pretty good. Let's find out. We'll give her a taste test. I already know it's going to be hot. The bottom's nice and crisp, which is what it's supposed to be. I always knew those smoke alarms were too sensitive. Pretty good. Nice and creamy inside. Crisp edges. Nice and creamy. Tasted vegetables. Maybe add a few more vegetables this next time. Maybe some broccoli or something. Pretty good. You did me well, Andy. Appreciate it. There'll be no more leftover mashed potatoes at our house. That's it. Bubble and squeak. In case you're wondering, I guess the name comes from the noise it makes in the skillet with the cabbage and the potatoes. But whatever you call it, it's pretty good. Got a nice array of vegetables, without the onion, of course. Nice creamy potato center, almost like the old potato cakes, but with vegetables and such. So I like it. Good thing too, because I have a lot of it. So I'm going to finish eating. Y'all don't need to watch that. Y'all take care, be kind to one another, and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully this snow goes away and we can get like actually outside for a change. We'll see.